There we go. Okay, great. Welcome everybody. Gary Wagnon, 800 Biz Ninja Marketing, the Ninja Marketing Dojo. We're going to talk today a little bit about hashtags. Hashtags are the currency of really the SEO currency today of the web, and especially of social media. With hashtags, you know, for many years, they really started in popularity with Twitter. That's where they really were first used. And, you know, as things progressed, other platforms incorporated it, but nobody really used them. And there was not a lot of use until Instagram came along. And Instagram sort of made that whole hashtag thing a viable source for content creation, for SEO, for search, for brand. And as a result, it has been incorporated into really has become useful now in other platforms as well. So let's talk about that. So we're gonna, let me share my screen. Share. All right, we're good. Okay, so hashtags. What do we need to know about hashtags? Well, the first thing, a hashtag is simply a phrase with a message used to identify a keyword, a topic of interest, or a facility. And we all know what the hashtag is. It's the pound sign. It's the pound sign with the keyword following it. There are no spaces. There are no punctuation. Hashtags just strictly word or words run together. So you connect, it also connects social media content to specific topics, events, themes, or conversations. So if there are things that are happening in the world, things that are events that you are, that you may be sponsoring or attending, then hashtags are a use for that. Your theme as well has utilizes the theme of your business, conversation starter. So all of those things are good uses for for hashtags. They're easier to discover posts when when they're wrapped around topics. So when you have a topic, then you can, especially a topic that's trending or something that's actively being used, then you get you can participate in that via the hashtag. For accounts, the account has to be public for the hashtags to work from a branding standpoint. So you need your profile needs to be public, not private. If you have your privacy settings to where only friends can see it, then they're the only ones that'll see your hashtag. So if you're not public, then it's not going to really work for you. So keep that in mind, because that's an important piece. That's really the only reason. If your profile is set to relatively locked down, private, or friends only, or something like that, then the hashtags aren't going to do you any good. So let's see. For some reason, my live stream is not working here. Let's try this again. Well, I will go back and do it later since it's not connecting. Okay. You don't want to string too many words together in your hashtags. You know, and business is not the same as personal. You know, I'll see personal hashtags in Instagram that may be, you know, loving life and, you know, working hard or something like that. Well, you string all that together, it really doesn't show. It's more or less as a statement that personal people are making personally, not a something that's going to be searched. So keep in mind that if nobody's searching for the hashtag, it's not going to do any good. So it should be, it needs to be it needs to be something that's going to be recognizable and can create a conversation. And that's really what hashtag is all about. Why do we use them? Well, we use them to expand our audience. So imagine if if we're talking, if there's a conversation happening about something in town, local business, supporting local business, networking, whatever it might be, and you utilize a hashtag that's tied to that. Now, other people that are interested in what you're doing or interested in that topic can see your interjection into that, and then actually then you actually benefit from having that hashtag there. It's searchable and clickable. So if you put a hashtag in your post, it's going to be clickable. People can then see the conversations that are revolving around that particular hashtag. And that again gets you more visibility. They build a community. So if you're part of that community, you're part of the folks that are talking about a topic. Well, you get to be part of that community and through the hashtag, and that has a huge benefit to you. You also, you can post with hashtags, get 12% more engagement than those without. So by doing the hashtags, you get more engagement in your post as well. So another good reason for that. But you need to use them correctly, because it's pointless if you just throwing hashtags in there because you think it's what you need to do. Well, it's not going to be as effective. So use them correctly, not just hashtag for hashtag purposes. All righty, come on, there we go. Some popular hashtags are groups of hashtags that different types of hashtags you can use are product or service related hashtags. That, for example, web design would be SEO. That would be an example of a basic level product service hashtag. Beyond that are niche hashtags. So more specific, that could be optimized website design. So now we're getting a little more specific. I could niche down to, let's say, e-commerce website design, website design for healthcare practitioners, author website design. So I can, get more niche into that, and that taps into a smaller market, but yet a better targeted market. Location hashtags. So that would be Tucson web design. That again creates that community. If you're looking for a local brand, if you're looking for a local connection, then the location hashtag should be included. That's going to get you in the conversation with other businesses that are there. And again, you may not want to use maybe Tucson web design is not a good category, because what's going to show up in there probably are my competition. But Tucson local business, Tucson small business, support Tucson business, hashtags like that will, because now you're talking about a broader community that are more likely to utilize your services. Seasonal or special events. So National Something Day, would be a good, I got a @ instead of a hashtag. That's not right. Should be a hashtag in there. But hashtag National Something Day, hashtag Black Friday, hashtag Christmas, holiday parties, or something along that lines. Anything special event or seasonal, you can utilize a hashtag for that. For a daily hashtag. So for example, my hashtag Thursday 30, for my meme Monday, or my throwback Thursday. Those are all examples of daily hashtags that you might use. Relevant phrases, which can be a combination of product, niche, location. So in other words, Tucson small business. that would be a relevant phrase that may be happening, and maybe communication going on around a phrase like that. So watch for those and make use of those. And then always remember your branded hashtag. So you never want to post anything without your branded hashtag. My hashtag Ninja Marketing Dojo, or my hashtag, uh, uh, excuse me, my hashtag Ninja Marketing, 800 Biz Ninja Marketing. Those are hashtags I use on all my posts, because again, it's not just tapping the community, but you're also kind of conditioning that community to, this is my brand. And then they can, if they watch content, they see content that you're creating that is something they want to watch, then they can watch or follow your hashtag, not just you, but they follow your hashtag and see what's being posted. And ideally, you would love to have mentioned by clients and customers of your hashtag. Some of the most popular hashtags general on Instagram are love, Insta good, photo of the day, beautiful, happy, pick of the day, photography, nature, food. I mean, those are all broad topics, but there again, if your post has some relevance to any of those, then utilizing that could be a boost to your visibility. So, it could be hashtag pick of the day, hashtag small business, support small business, or support Tucson business, and utilize a picture that you took of a sunset from a particular business, or, something like that, nature or whatever it might be. So keep in mind how you can utilize those. That's really what you're trying to do. Some hashtag ideas. Hashtag with your location or your neighborhood increases engagement 79%. So if you're utilizing the hashtag, if you're utilizing the hashtag of, let's say, again, we'll go back to web design, Tucson, that works great. If you're targeting a smaller area, or you can target a particular niche area, say Northwest Tucson, you could do hashtag Oro Valley, hashtag Northwest Tucson, anything like that you can zero down. Again, you're limiting the number of people that could possibly see it, but by the same token, you're getting a target that's more like what you're looking for. You want to tie to events, conferences, holidays. So again, we've talked about that on the previous slide. So you make sure you tie into anything that you might have going on. Utilize that. Pop culture. I mean, if you're into pop culture, and you can figure out a way to work your content, your promotion, your business into that pop culture, then again, you have an opportunity to tap into that. For example, maybe right now the baseball World Series or baseball playoffs are starting. If you're a baseball fan, baseball playoffs are starting. So you might say, something about Grand Slam, World Series, world champion, and tie that into your post. So my hashtag world champion, hashtag World Series, hashtag web design, something along those lines. It's a stretch, but you get the idea. So pop culture whenever you can. General interest topics. If you're talking about investments, that would be, that you could tie into investment topics, or tie into health topics, or tie into marketing topics. So general topics, try to tie those back to what your business is all about. And again, the brand awareness, we've talked about that as well. Keep in mind though, if no one's using the hashtag, why would they search for it? You know, it's not a matter of throwing a hashtag just because you want to put something out there. And that's what so many people do personally. They just create a hashtag that's, you know, 4 or 5 words run together that were something about that in the post they did, but nobody's ever going to search for that. So the goal of the hashtag is to increase your visibility. So using a hashtag that nobody would think about or search, you know, is not going to get you the result that you're looking for. How do you find the right hashtags? Well, you can search Instagram for one. You can go in the search bar in Instagram. You can type in the hashtag there, and you'll see all the posts that use that hashtag, and it'll tell you how many there are. So you're able to then look and see the content, see the businesses that are tying there. This is a great tool to be able to grow your following in Instagram, because if you put in a hashtag for, let's go back to the idea of support local business or support Tucson business, and you find businesses that have content there, wouldn't it make sense for you to connect with them, to follow them, and then hopefully also to build relationships so that you can get recognized, get on their radar, build a one-on-one relationship, and eventually take it offline to business. So that's how you start with a search on Instagram. You just type it up in the search bar where the little magnifying glass is, and it'll bring up topics, and it'll also let you kind of follow that rabbit hole to other related topics that other people are using. You also want to check the number of posts. In Instagram, you can see how many people are posting. In Facebook, you can't, but in Instagram, you can see how many posts are related to that hashtag. You can do the same thing in a Facebook search bar. So you can type the hashtag in there. The difference is you don't see the number of posts there. Same thing in LinkedIn. You can do a search for hashtags in LinkedIn. You can follow the hashtags on LinkedIn or on Instagram. You can't follow them on Facebook, but you can follow them on LinkedIn and Instagram. So if you find a hashtag that has content in there that relates to your business, then you click follow, and then you'll get notified every time somebody posts based on that following, or you'll be able to then go to that hashtag in your dashboard and see what was posted, and see if there are new connections there, new engagements that you can make. Recent LinkedIn hashtags are on the left side. In fact, this is kind of the new, if you haven't looked at LinkedIn lately, there is a new layout on that too. For those of y'all that are panicking about the new Facebook, well, there's also a new LinkedIn layout, a little more Facebook-ish, but this is what it looks like. So down the left-hand side of my home feed, you'll see recent posts. These are general, not ones that I've searched, but then you have, you can search, these are searches that you might have followed, or hashtags that you might have followed or researched, and you can do more down below. So that's how you, that's where you find those in LinkedIn. For Instagram, you have 30 hashtags per post. That as a max you can do. Any more than that get cut off, so there's no reason to do that. More than 30, if they're more than 30, then the rest of them won't appear in search, and that's all we're looking for. Posts with hashtags get 21% more, 12% more engagement, but 5 to 10 is kind of the optimal, but use however many is relevant. So if you have 15 hashtags that fit your post, then use them. If 5 is all that you can really make sense in there, then use that. I very seldom use the 30. I'm more in the 5 to 10 range on mine, just because For the most part, I don't want to broad stroke the hashtags, the same hashtag for every post, because they don't always apply. So what you want to do, ideally what you want to do is create a spreadsheet either on your computer, if that's where you're posting from, or on your phone, and like say an email or something you can pull up, WordPad, Notepad, or something on your phone, so that when you're ready to post, you don't have to go back and think about it. You can just paste in the hashtags you want to use, and it saves you a lot of time. So if you don't have a cheat sheet of, and maybe you want 3 or 4, maybe you have 3 or 4 lists, and you have similar or the same hashtags on those multiple lists, but some hashtags are left off of one and added to another. So keep in mind how you use that. And if you're covering multiple topics, which you should be, you may want multiple hashtags. You can use them in Instagram stories as well. The way you do with hashtags and stories is once you post, and you can go in and you can add a sticker to a story, a hashtag sticker. So that's typically how you do it in stories. So you're limited on the number of hashtags you can use there. Some local hashtag strategies. So for example, this is just an example of how you can use hashtags to support a local business or to find local businesses. So this is just a hashtag of somebody that I follow. So what you want to do is you want to do your research, look for micro influencers in your target area, and see what hashtags they're using. And then you want to go to those hashtags, search who's using them and where they're located, and then follow that. So if we kind of look at this, we go, all right, so we look at, here's a local business. And so if we look at, his hash, if we follow his hashtag, then I can see, the things that he's posted. And then here are the hashtags he's using in his post. So Tucson Business Networking, I think, is probably the reason I pulled up this particular one. But Tucson is one of the hashtags that he uses. And then he's got pets, pet rescue. He does carpet repair. So pet rescue, pet lovers. So he's tying into a variety of topics, but we want to see where those topics go and follow them down to create what, the hashtags we're looking for. Facebook strategies. Too many hashtags will lower the engagement. So it's kind of the opposite of Instagram. Instagram doesn't really they do have an optimal range, but you're not going to necessarily lower engagement by using 30 hashtags, but you will in Facebook. 1 to 2 hashtags get you average 593 interactions in this particular example. 3 to 5 drop to 416. 6 to 10 drop to 307. So you see that the sweet spot is 1 to 2. If you're posting 3, you're going to lose, you're going to lose 25% of your 25% of your interaction. So, and if you're doing 6 or more, you're going to lose half your engagement. So the idea is to get more engagement and keep it, not to lose it. So be very selective. They're used to create conversations. That's what we're trying to do, is use as conversation starters. And then you do have a place where you can check hashtags. So facebook.com/hashtag/ and then put in the hashtag here. And then that lets you check public profiles that are joining that conversation. So if you're using a hashtag, again, I'll go back to Tucson's Support Small Business or Support Tucson Business. We put that in. We can see public profiles that are joining that conversation. We can't see private. So keep in mind, that's only for public profiles. LinkedIn hashtags, similar. 1 to 2 is kind of an optimal range. You can use them in an update or in an article. So you can use them either in your profile or in an article itself. You want to keep them professional. You don't want to get, something silly, offbeat, relaxed like you might on Facebook. Keep these professional. And you can't edit or remove them after they're published. So others you can, but LinkedIn doesn't let you remove or edit. And then they also give you suggested relevant hashtags. So if you look at it, you'll see a list of hashtags below your post that that LinkedIn is suggesting based on the content of that post. So that's really helpful. Watch that, and it kind of gives you some thought starters, but it also lets you go, oh, I should use that, but maybe I need to modify that to fit my my topic better. So, and then don't use abbreviations or acronyms. Okay, so because you think about it, LinkedIn may not be the hippest crowd. You guys might be, but but if you use something that they don't know, like hashtag DYK, DYK, anybody know what that is? Did you know? Or how about hashtag ICYMI? And I have even forgot what that one was. You know what? I had it. I've just drawn a blank. So there you go. What good did that hashtag do if I don't recognize recognize the acronym? So you limit those in LinkedIn. Here are some lists of hashtags in LinkedIn that are popular hashtags and used. So, and in their general hashtags, mindfulness, creativity, leadership, you can see those there. Social media, here are some hashtags that are popular for social media. No, hashtags are not case sensitive, so they can go either way. And it tends to help if you do put them, capitalize the first letter. So good question, Pam. Thanks for mentioning that. But it does help if you capitalize the first letter. It helps it break it up. So they're not case sensitive. Small business hashtags. Here are some small business hashtags that are popular. Women on LinkedIn, there's some popular topics there, and then personal networking. So, so those are some hashtags, but see what fits your business. Do a search, look for what your competition might be using, and that gives you an idea. Now, if you find somebody that's not using it, then it also opens the door for you to sort of move into to gain more market share that way. So just a few of the LinkedIn hashtags that are popular. YouTube has hashtags. You can utilize hashtags in YouTube. In this case, 2 to 3 is about all you want to use in in YouTube. Any more than that could get you ignored or flagged as spam. So, if you put 15 in there like you would do an Instagram, you may end up in trouble. 2 to 3, that's really all you want. And they typically show up in the title. So it boosts the visibility of your hashtags on YouTube. And they are hyperlinks, so people can follow that particular hashtag as well. See what other people are posting and see what that conversation is like, what that community is like. So that's just a little bit on hashtags. Just I wanted to sort of bring you up to speed on that, how it works, how you can utilize that for your business, how you can utilize that to drive your brand, to grow your audience. Like I said, for many, many years, I've said, just ignore them in Facebook, but I'm seeing that there, and Facebook's actually said, we're giving more credibility, more algorithm weight to hashtags. So if you utilize hashtags in a Facebook post, maybe you can boost your brand visibility by a couple of points. And if that means, a few more people see your content for the extra 15, 20 seconds it took you to plug in those hashtags, why not? We're looking for every opportunity we can. My 90-day novice to ninja program coming up soon. So watch for that. And hopefully you guys will take part. Really, the biggest key of that is going to be that we're going to do hands-on implementation rather than just go through like I did today. We'll sit down and actually go, okay, create your list of hashtags, create your brand awareness hashtags, and let's start utilizing those and see what how we can grow that that segment of our brand. As always, my information is here. Give me a call, email me. Be more than happy to help you. I'll have this video recorded a little bit later, and I'll have the recording up later on the Ninja Marketing Dojo site, so you can go watch it if you need those. If you want to get those lists of hashtags, you can do that from there. And hope you guys have a good week. Anybody have any questions? Anything else that that you want to ask? Feel free. If not, I'm going to stop recording. And oops. Stop the recording. Yes.